XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis when the price was here, we mentioned that we have a different analysis. Now we see the changes because one of the things we were looking for, we mentioned if you want to look for buy, we can, if the price break this low, then any reversal we can look for buy. And also we mentioned the possibility of the way is moving is really corrective. I mean, the way is moving is really corrective. The possibility move as a correction is there. This is what we get. And if this one continues similar to what we have here as a corrective, we cannot look for buy. We cannot get a really good trade setup for buy. Okay. From the reason is the way is moving is really corrective. And even we get any trade for buy, we cannot get a really good trade setup in terms of the risk and reward. Now we want to see how we can trade it. Okay, in this case, maybe we start with higher time frame. We explain everything again. At least traders know what we are looking for. But by the way, there's no more changes with our last and my previous video. That's why we don't go to the details. We just give a brief. And traders can refer to my last analysis. Okay, to know about more. I mean to know more in details. Okay. By the way, the only thing is based on daily chart. We wanna see this whether this is a start of the up move or it can be relative to this one more drop because we're looking at this down move. We mentioned may if we look at this, I mean in relative to this correction, we can expect the price to break this one. Okay. By the way, May is better. We move to forward chart, it will be more clear. Okay. Based on forward chart, this is what we're looking for. The question was because the way this one is moving is really corrective. The question was whether we can put this one relative to each other to get one move down because this one all the way internally will be a correction since we have this sharp move. Okay, now the only thing is if this one continues still, then we can expect this one continue to move higher and higher. But as I mentioned, based on 1 hour chart, the way it's moving, it cannot give us really good trade setup for buy. That's why may the even price move a bit higher, may we get one move down. And if we get that one move down, easily price can break almost 0.39. The next one is 0.36. And what we're expecting, if this one give us a down move, we're expecting the price can easily retest 0.34. That's why if anyone wants to buy within this move, the corrective move, they should be quite careful. Similar to when the price was here, I was keep mentioning is not going to anywhere. We cannot buy. The price can drop. This is what we get. Okay. Now we want to see how we can trade it. Again, we cannot look for buy. Even the price move higher, similar to as a corrective, we cannot take the buy. The only times we can look for buy if we put this move as a correction in relative to this for one more drop, at least the price to break this low, which is 0.446. Then any reversal we see, we get the trade from there. That means if the price break this low, then we get the reversal. That confirm this one is going to look for up move. Rather than that, we cannot buy within this. Even we mentioned if we get any sharp move like we cannot trade it. Okay, but how about if we get a sell setup? How we can trade for the sell? If this one continue from what we have here, any sharp move, sorry, that's mean from here, any sharp move with a flag, we can look for sell. And if the flag is with the break after the breakout of this low, again, what is this low is 0.446. It can give us better confirmation from what we have right now. But if then this one move a bit higher, if almost around 0.47, then we don't need to wait for the breakout. Any sharp move with a flag, we take the sell. And how about the sharply price drop from here? If we want to have an entry below the low for sell, the only way is this one. That's why this one is quite important, 0.446. Maybe put it a bit lower, 0.445. Okay, but one thing we know, if we want to have entry, what we want price tag, break, continue. If it's tag within 1 or 2 hours is not moving fast, this is correcting we take out the trade. Why? Because we mentioned the price can drop and reverse. Or even if we see the price tag break and continue, if we see any reversal, for example, a reversal with a sharp move with a flag, we take out the trade. We don't stay with the trade. Okay, because may this one give us one more drop with breakout of this low. What is this low? 0.46, sorry, 0.42. With the breakout or without the breakout of this low, this one turned to bigger internal correction for one move up to finish this one. But since if we put this one in relative to this, what we have, if we put this in relative to this, we have a divergence, and MACD, we don't have it. That's why each indicator is giving me the different result. Okay, because if we had the divergence for both, we consider this is the only move and this is the start of the down move. But right now I have a different information. That's why maybe we turn to a bigger correction. That's why if we're going to sell here, if we see any reversal, we don't stay with the trade. Okay, anyway, we just follow the chart. The way it's moving is really corrective. We cannot get a really good trade setup, especially for buy. And even as I mentioned, if the price continue from here, if the flag, we cannot trade, look for buy until we wait for the breakout of the top. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.